I'm gonna go ahead and continue to the next section. It's about 3 in the morning as well. But sorry guys, it's not good. Seen that earlier when I was coming to the building. Sure. Oh.
First thing in the morning, the horse checks his email. The new cotton mail. Farmer Bill plays fetch with the pigs. Farmer Bill plays hide and seek with the cows. In the winter, Farmer Bill plays hockey on the pond with the ducks. Farmer Bill always wins, but the ducks perform mightily. The horses invented a new scripting language called Equiscript. Farmer Bill doesn't like it when the ducks get the mail. They always bring back a lot of bills.
Just noticed the sun was
Pigs
moving.
wash the dishes after supper.
Sadly, I have to wash dishes. Alright, now, I've been trying to keep up with it, but...
Farmer Bill can control space and time.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not good.
You just suddenly appeared! Oh. Should go in order! Nothing I can do to really make it better.
And there it is. They get it now. Sometimes I wish we could just leave them waiting a few more minutes, because once they get this news, their life never goes back to how it was before. Those were their last normal minutes, and they didn't even know it. I'm glad he's so good at this. He takes the losses so personally. Joel's looking good. He's been making progress, his weight is up. It's just hard to believe that we only made it halfway through chemotherapy. It was rough at first, but I really started to think that he was gonna make it.
Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed. This is a tragedy.
Hey, maybe I should have just went, like, begin it and then work my way around. I didn't even...
I'll nod my head. Yeah, whenever I ask sciencey questions, I nod my head, digesting every Latin word, hoping it will stick to my ribs, become part of me. That if I ask enough questions, that maybe I can get my brains around this cancer, and I can choke it to death. I love asking good questions. It impresses them. They'll be impressed with the way we handle all of this. Such good, thoughtful parents that ask such good questions.
So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
I guess I'm going to cry after all because they love us. And they love Joel, and we're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life.
Okay, I said fatal. I said not curative. Have I said the word death yet? I can tell they understand, though. A whole new vocabulary. All the rules are different now. I think it's really sinking in. Oh, she's crying. We should wrap this up soon. All the details can wait. Talk to our radiation oncologist to decide whether we could do some radiation or just chemotherapy.
What would the radiation do?
Well, the radiation could probably kill the tumor we see now, which would prevent it from causing any symptoms. But it would not keep more tumors from developing, because we know if it spread here, it has spread other places too.
Science, it's simpler, measurable. I give A, B, and subtract C, and I get this result, and I can do something to control it. Or at least have the sense that I'm controlling it. But now all we have left is a miracle. And miracles are fickle. They don't always come, and we don't always know why. What if Joel's miracle doesn't come? I hope he lives. I've always hoped. But now I can't do anything but hope. Oh, radiation. At least we can do something. Hope doesn't require signing papers or driving to hospitals or holding Joel in my lap. Hope is for something someone else has to do for us. And we doctors can't. Invisible Jesus must.
We're so sorry.
Oh, God, I do not want a replacement baby. If that was your plan, I am not on board. I don't want some new baby to help me move on. I would not have chosen this. Oh, God. Joel has to live, or I will not love this baby.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not good.
The MRI?
They've always been clear. Joel's had a recurrence of his tumor. Oh, where is it? How big is it? Well, it's in the frontal cortex, and it's quite small at this point. But unfortunately, the size isn't terribly important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed. This is a tragedy. With an as soon as you have a recurrence of any kind, it is fatal. It is only a matter of time before it spreads to several locations. We have already thrown all the chemotherapy we have at it. We can't continue to give him chemotherapy that we know is resistant to. So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
We're very good at end of life. We're very good at managing pain and masking symptoms at the end of life. How long are we talking about?
A few weeks to maybe 4 months.
I didn't know what I was supposed to do in that situation. Adrift. What the house? Oh. We're in the water.
I have so many things stirring around in my spirit that I have to write to settle myself and find God's wisdom in the midst of chaos. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to face the things we might have to face in the coming weeks and months. But then I remember how much grace God gave us to walk out everything we've already faced. I've never felt completely overwhelmed, and I've never felt alone. So no matter what comes next, and I truly cannot even begin to guess how this will go, I know we will be carried. I want to shout out, look what God is about to do. Watch how he delivers Joel. And at the same time, I want to roll up in a silent ball and wait it out with fear and trembling, so aware of all my doubt, but yet convinced that my doubt is insignificant compared to God's faithfulness.
Guys, are you ready for bed?
Joel, lay down. Okay. Should we do a song?
Sure.
Okay, big boys, why don't you come in here and we'll sing the littles a lullaby.
I'm tired.
I know, it's bedtime. Ugh, okay. Elijah, lay down.
Babe, did you even check in his mouth?
Who's Joel? No.
Joel has chicken stuffed in his cheeks from dinner.
Get it out, that is so disgusting.
Been in there for the last 2
Ow,
hours.
blind.
Okay, hold on, I'm trying. Joel, ouch! Stop!
Did he just bite you?
Yeah, I think he just put too much in his mouth.
We've been through so much already. This is a new degree of tragedy, but it's not so much different from the struggle we've already been living. We pressed into God. We pressed into faith. We fought until we found peace. We stood in peace when our flesh wanted to strive more. We stood in peace when it started to feel like laziness or foolishness or both. We waited for God to direct us specifically in prayer because all the directions we had initiated had not panned out. We prayed for no nausea because that's what we felt in our spirits we were supposed to pray, even though we'd prayed it countless times before while Joel continued to vomit. We saw one small miracle and then another. We waited to pray specific things until we were given specific direction, and we saw bigger miracles. And yet, if you asked either of us if we were doing enough, trying hard enough, we would say no.
So, how long will we be in California?
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well, then maybe we'll stay in California for a really long time. Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him and stay there where he's getting help. But if the medicine starts to not work, as soon as it's not helping him, I promise we'll come back home.
Are we going to Disneyland?
Yeah, of course. What do you think, Caleb? You okay with leaving for so long?
I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of not. I mean, I think it'll be fun, but I just don't like missing school.
Oh, yeah?
You're the only 8-year-old to ever. That's amazing.
I hate to miss school, huh? But, like, why?
Well, I just hate having all that homework that I have to do.
Oh, you hate catching up from missing school.
Your teachers are going to send me homework, and we'll just try to do a little bit of it every day, so it won't be that bad, but there'll still be fun stuff we can
How
do.
many kids get to go on an adventure to California in the middle of the school year? I'd say that's pretty cool. And we're going to be staying in the middle of San Francisco near Golden Gate Park, and there's a museum, and there's a botanic garden, and there's the Golden Gate Bridge, and water, and a prison, and I promise not to leave you in the prison.
Alcatraz.
Hopefully we can get out of that. That'd be cool. Anyway, so we're gonna have lots of fun, and we're gonna spend lots of time as a family together, and lots of time with Joel too. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad trip, even though it's fun. Yay.
Yeah. Yay and sad. It's kind of all of those things, huh? Is it all the things, Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see Joel, you know, like needing so much help.
Mm.
Yeah. I think, like, for me, sometimes I'm kind of excited and sometimes I'm kind of sad, and I just kind of feel all of that. So it's okay if you guys feel all of that too, because I feel all those things.
As this long day draws to a close, I am tired, but not sleepy. My face is puffy from crying, I have a dry throat and dry hands, a slight headache, and a desire to write down absolutely everything. I want to describe the feeling of being entirely empty and entirely resolute. I want to explore how I can be deeply sad and incredibly hopeful at the same time. I want to talk about holding Joel's hand, walking down the hall wanting to soak in the moment, to memorize the feeling of having his hand and mine, to let it matter, and then hating that my thoughts swing to, because what if I can't hold his hand one day? And hating that thought, wishing I could just appreciate each second of Joel without that appreciation spilling into the pre-morning I refuse to do because I believe he will live. But instead of fighting the brief thoughts of mourning, choosing to fight instead that lie that says that those thoughts betray some doubt, some mistrust of God, when I know that those thoughts make me human. That God knows I am human. He doesn't make Joel's victory dependent on me never feeling unsure.
There's quite a bit of religion in it. And there's still gonna be more.
I remember the day I was diagnosed. I remember the hallucinations from the high fever of 5-year-old's nightmares. I remember my mother silently weeping in the doctor's office. I remember friends and family gathered around my hospital bed in prayer. I remember the 2-hour ambulance ride to St. Jude where they could better care for me. I remember the 2.5 years of weekly chemo treatments, the numerous lumbar punctures and bone marrow aspirates. I remember Doctors Bell, Dahl, and Kalwinsky, nurses Jean, Judy, and Dale, Miss Chris in social work, Darlene in travel, all part of the team that cared for me. I am a walking memorial to their successes. I remember the other patients I'd see each time I went to the hospital for chemo. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. I remember the years of summer camp for children with cancer, children like me, I remember their laughter and the midnight talks of fears and joys, normal kid stuff. Some less so. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. But I remember them. I am, and other survivors are, memorials to those who lost their fights.
I won't let myself hold anything back this time. I would rather feel disappointed and let God heal my heart than to feel like I did not push myself as far as I possibly could in faith for my son.
Oh, her expectation is so maddening sometimes. You know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor? I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I'm pleading for God to spare his life, and I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything. And yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents and supernatural miracles. I envy her.
Baby night.
Hop in bed, boys. Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
Sure.
Okay. This is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Joel the baby knight?
Yes, Joel the baby knight, but he's also Joel the very brave knight, and he was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
Because of his tumor?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the dragon live?
In a forest.
Is the dragon big?
Very big.
Does the dragon breathe fire?
So
Hey, I did go to.
much fire, you guys.
So, Joel has armor, like a sword and a shield and stuff?
Ooh, or maybe a spear?
Yeah, that sounds good. So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield,
I tried.
his awesome spear, and his super jumping ability was being chased by a dragon named
There we
Cancer.
go.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has grace.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
Do you guys know what grace means?
But yeah,
Hello.
it's kind of like hope.
Yeah, it's kind of like hope.
Well, I tried. I tried. I was wanting to attack. There we go. That's all I wanted to do was attack.
You know, and he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. Some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off, and they can go home and they can quit fighting for a while. And the kingdom is safe.
Well. Wait, what? Oh no.
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
What? I didn't. I'm not touching it. I'm confused. I wasn't touching it.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seemed like the dragon couldn't find him. But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
Well, that dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
You're right. The baby can't kill the dragon. But that's the best part of this story. God fights for
hello!
Joel.
Jesus Christ.
That dragon cancer right with Joel, and we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's grace.
Ow.
Well, what about Tim from Church Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have grace?
I hit everything.
For Tim too. Tim fought so well. He was so brave and so strong that God let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. But we know that Tim's in heaven and that he's with God and that God is so proud of him. So maybe for Tim, getting to be done fighting was grace.
I can't. Because he's always out there. Hanging around the top. Shit. I tried. I suck. I tried. Drowning. But I'm glad that they include a lot of the stuff that they do. come pick up that bottle over there for some reason.
Ryan! Oh, Ryan, get in the boat.
I can't.
You have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning!
Well, you're missing your oars! And you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than drowning.
Well, enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this! Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do. I just really believe we're going to be okay. I'm sure my expectation looks like denial, but seeing Joel dying does not make me any less certain that he will be healed. In some ways, I feel more certain, not because the same doubts don't come to me, but because I know that they will not be entertained much longer, because this chapter is almost finished, and we will have an ending one way or the other. So the doubts and fears that make me reaffirm that even if I'm wrong, this is where I stand, become less and less powerful. People's consolatory words of comfort meant to reassure us and help us accept Joel's death don't sit well with me. They aren't offensive because I know the heart behind them is good, but they are weak words because it's so obvious to me that death is the given. I don't have to work to be ready for it or accept it. It is coming whether I would accept it or not. It has been coming slowly for so long. I don't have to work to understand that Joel is dying. It is obvious. Heaven is amazing. And so I'm not worried about death. It will come regardless of where I stand and wait. But now, death is circling close enough for redemption to finally feel closer. This is the part of the story where a daring rescue can thwart Death's intentions just in time, perhaps when it looks like it's already too late. I want to watch for that. I don't need to focus my eyes on Death, studying it and its slow progression. Its course is already clear. But there is a glory that is coming, and its journey to us is wild and quick and frightening, and I want to be watching for that glory. I want to stand trembling in awe before God and His power. Not sure that this thing that we've asked for is something we can quite manage, but trying anyway. Death is the given. But the life that is possible now for Joel, the miracle that could come now that death is so close, is something worth pursuing, worth risking everything to see with my own eyes.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'm gonna just pop it one twice now. Okay, I'm back. So him and her are arguing and all, because they have different standpoints. doing something wrong? I was supposed to help him go to the surface. I was supposed to help him go to the surface. Dehydration.
Huh. The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue. For comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl.
It's the arcade machine.
Blue. Purple. The ocean, maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears. He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better. I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms, he feels safe, and I am holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right? It's okay, Jolie. Shh. Oh, don't throw your head, buddy. Don't. Here we go. Bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love your giggle. Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, he won't stop crying. I'm hungry. I wonder if he's hungry. He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it. He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot, and tears, and juice. And then he vomits, and I catch it. I always catch it. I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. No, don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it. It's so late, Joel. Lay down. I can't hold you. I can't make you feel better. Okay, buddy, okay, I'll hold you. Oh, Joel Bug, you look so miserable. No! Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel! I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace. I am empty. You are. I don't know all that you are. You are there. I want you here. I want you to call my son. I cannot. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. Oh God, I want him here with me. Please. Peace. He sleeps. Thank you.
Like an audio cut out. Peace be still.
There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat.
333. Okay, I can't.
And a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. Where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep in the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." And the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared and if they have any faith at all. like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, "Let's go to the other side of the lake," his disciples thought he was going to just let them die.
Oh, we're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in California.
So, now that we're in California, how much longer to San Francisco?
About 3.5 hours, bud.
Oh.
Well, it's 10 a.m. now, so that means you guys can grab one more item from your road trip bags.
And it's my turn to be the king.
Oh, Elijah, it's okay. You were a very good, noble, just, and true king. But now we have to do what Isaac wants.
My first edict as king is we dance like monkeys for 30 minutes.
Maybe like 5 minutes?
Nope,
Isaac?
nope, babe. He said 30. We must do what he says.
This is the worst. Someone make Elijah the king.
Monkey tickles. There's monkey tickles, people.
My second edict as king is Elijah gets to be the king.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Good joke, King Isaac. What's the matter, Elijah? Was that too loud for you? Oh, I'm sorry, kiddo. We were too loud monkeys.
So Joel died. Everyone does eventually, I suppose. But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Or rather, my default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy? even while Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
I'm sorry. I should have known we'd both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
People of God. Back. I thought you wanted to live with me. There you go. Okay, so we left off at the Temple of God. Oh, him in a boat. Oh, you can see it outside. Oh, outside and these inside. Hmm.
Father, I pray that you bless them mightily. I pray that you bless him in finances, bless him in his life. I pray right now that you bless his children, Father. God, I pray that you will continue to be with him, raise him to walk in faith, raise him to serve you. God, I pray that
Have mercy on us because he is weak. Lord, have mercy on us because he is weak.
Rise up. My God, come save him. Lord, rise up. My God, come save him. I will not let you go unless you bless him. I will not let you go unless you bless him. I will not let you go unless you bless him. Lord, rise up. My God, come save. Lord, rise up. My Lord, rise up. Lord, rise up. My God, come. Lord, rise up. Lord, rise up. My God, come save him.
bless our children. Father, I pray that you bless them all. I pray that you bless them in finances, bless them in
And Lord, you say that
bless their children, Father. God, I pray that you
and so there is no curse that can stay. And Lord, we repent that we are cursed.
Pray with all the strength and all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith of little children, with faith as small as a mustard seed. And Lord, we speak in the name of Jesus. Oh my God, let this child's soul come back to him.
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
Picnic at the edge of the world.
So here we are. And the air is emptier without his laugh, and yet our hearts are still full, though with a different drink. And this ride we've been on for so long is silent, and so also the Lord. And so we sit here in this new silence, and long for the music to start again, and for the disc to spin again, even if it means going round and round for many more years. For at least we would be moving, and Joel would be laughing here on earth, and not only in heaven. But in this space, I sense his silence is only because he is drawing his breath. And now we know love and longing, empty and full, all in one moment. And I am grateful that we loved him well, and that we miss him well. And I hope that in the Lord's next breath, he will whisper his love song to you, his beloved, and that you will know him differently and more deeply. But now, we grieve in silence, yet not without his presence.
I remember you. You made it too. I'm glad you're here. I love it here. I bet you have liked it too. Look at all of these pancakes. Did you ever see pancakes like this? They're big as me. A big one is for me. A little one is for my dog. I always wanted a dog, and now I got one. I even got to name it. Manju! Whoa, Bubbles? I love Bubbles. Manju doesn't catch a bubble. She likes to bite them. Look, I can catch one. I want more bubbles. I love the bubbles. Come here, Manju. Have another pancake. I can eat whatever I want. I never fall. These are the best pancakes I ever had. I love them.
Joel Evangel. January 12th, 2009 to March 13th, 2014. I don't regret playing this. I don't regret it. I know that it's been out for a good while. I know that this game in particular will have meant a lot to at least one individual. I know that specifically it has done a lot to help people. And I'm glad I took the time to actually play it. I was terrified that my laptop wouldn't be up for handling it, but it seemed to have ran smoothly even though I was recording. It's the recording itself that I'm now just kind of scared of, just seeing if it actually did or not. I figured that it would be it'd be a good time to play it, since all the stuff I've been wanting to do for this month. I don't know if this can be one whole thing or if it's gonna be a 2-part thing. I'll figure that out in the when I'm editing and see what all else I have and want to do. So I don't want to, but I think it might be best if I split it up into 2 sections. I don't know. But without a doubt, I absolutely love how this game tackles the subject of cancer. I've not really seen any other games that's tackled it, especially as a main subject or main topic to overall plan around and all. And if y'all do happen to see any other ones or anything, I'd be heavily interested in playing. If y'all have any other ideas as well for me to try or do, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will try my best with being leaving the comments on. I've had to argue back and forth with YouTube. I still have to. And it's aggravating. But I'll try to keep the comments up. If they're not up, please contact me in some way and I will be able to make sure that they will be on and keep going back and forth with it until they leave them on. And we'll see how that goes. Once again, I would like to say there's a link in the description to the campaign. To be able to donate to St. Jude. If anything can help. If you want to donate, please feel free to do so. You don't have to donate. This is just there for anyone who wants to. And feel free to share it around. Share it to people who may want to donate, may want to contribute. And all of it's going to St. Jude's. So I am so happy I played it. But watching it and playing it is two separate things for me, especially after playing this. I was crying while I watched it, and hearing people talk about it. But then playing it, you actually feel, especially for me, I felt more involved or more immersed in it, and to understand it more than just watching, but playing through it and all. But it has a heavier influence and all with playing it compared to watching. It's about saying a horror game ain't scary until you actually play the game to understand. Hell yeah, it could be terrifying. But you get to see how effective it actually is too. And it brought back some memories for me. Of course, a lot of them I didn't talk about on here, but I talked about like 2 or 3 that pretty much just in that little section. I wanted to talk more, but I couldn't because I wanted to hold off on it until I stream. Because I said I have a section where I want to sit down and just talk, and I'd love for y'all to share y'all stories and all too. Because I couldn't find a way to say no to it because I wanted to do it anyways. But I don't know. I feel that's best to include in the stream, and I don't want to take it out. So I'm afraid if I say something in like a video or something, then either I'll just repeat it or it'd be one of those things where I either say it 100 times or but I'm glad I finally got the chance to play it. And again, I hope the recording came out well. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't. We'll see. Now, what time is this? Like, what, 4 in the morning? I'm probably gonna go ahead and take a shower too, because I'll probably be crying in the shower for a little while. And let's see if this goes up. Without further ado, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoy it. I am sorry if you cried, but I'm glad that I'm not alone if you did. I if this if this reminded you of some stuff, I'd like to hear about it. I'd like to hear your opinion about the game too. As well as anything else you like to leave and all. Please feel free to leave a like and don't and again feel free to check out the other stuff and all and even subscribe if you want. Again, I will announce this. I announced this at the beginning. I'm gonna announce it here at the end. On the 19th, I will be streaming. I don't have a set time yet, but I will find out a few days before to get that set up as soon as I can. And hopefully everything goes well. I'm really hoping this month actually goes really well. Actually, so find out. Without further ado, I'm gonna leave y'all to be, and hopefully I'll see y'all next time. So that was that Dragon Cancer.